Oh, okay. Hello. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it's recording. Okay, it seems like, well, it's not recording. It seems like it's streaming. Okay. Um. Okay, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. What we wanted to do is, well, I think there's a thing in here. No, it's fine. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, it is as it is. Okay. What's this? Okay. Um. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's this. I don't think I've been through this because this is because this one. This is like really high level for me at the time, and so I don't think I was really able to kind of like get through this because this was just like way too high level, and I just wasn't sure how to do it. Okay, so let's see. Um, Zone of Fear. Okay, yeah, I did think about getting Zone of Fear for sure. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's too many good ones here. There's too many good ones. There's too many good ones that are like too good. Okay, I want something that's more attack based. So Waking Nightmare. All enemies within the area suffer a negative 24 penalty to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat, which is like really good. Zone of Fear, I thought could always be fun, and so I was thinking about getting Zone of Fear. Um, Path of Slow is we don't. I don't think that that's really like as important. Held in My Gaze could be really good. Glimpse of Fate could also be really good. But I like Touch of Anger though. All enemies in a two, but it's a two cell radius. Oh, but okay, no, two cell radius is actually quite a bit, right? Because like look at this. Uh, this is actually quite good. This isn't so bad. It's quite high. Um, all enemies within a two cell radius around the target point must pass the willpower resistance test. Those who fail, even if they're stunned or immobilized, immediately gain an extra turn where they attack their allies. Every turn an enemy becomes the target of this navigator power. Every turn an enemy becomes the target of this navigator power again during the same combat. They gain a stackable. Okay. So it's really good, but then they can sort of resist against it eventually. Zone of Fear is also really good. So all creatures in the area of effect must pass willpower resistance or immediately move out of the zone if they're stunned or immobilized. Um, so I thought that was actually quite good as well. I might get Hold My Gaze because I think Hold My Gaze can be really good. Um, but Let's do this first. Some of these are going to be very similar. So kick, I don't think we need kick. Confident approach, the arch militant gains the confident approach effect until the end of combat, until this ability is used again, or until cautious approach instead of the usual. Okay, no, cautious approach. All of these are very melee focused, which I'm not really like a big fan of. We'll go that, and then Grenader, no. Flame weapon, no. Dual mastery, combat mastery. Oh, piercing shot is, I think, always good, actually, so we'll just do that. We don't need piercing shot on you. That's fine. Okay, okay. Let me actually open up my YouTube on my phone so I can see. So I can open up chat and I could have it active. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so Albard, okay, provocation. The Vanguard forces the enemy in their melee range to immediately attack the Vanguard. All of the Vanguard's allies who are wielding melee weapons in the adjacent enemy have an opportunity to attack against that enemy. The enemy suffers. Okay, this can be good for me because I play around with opportunities of attacks a lot. Until the Vanguard gains damage deflection against range attacks equal to the number of stacks. Okay, actually this is really good. Corals. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, okay. And then, oh my gosh. Cassia is like the most complicated one because Cassia is like genuinely like probably one of the more is the more fun one. But it is just so hard to be like, this is what should be done. All right, so I think if we pass on those ones for now, we can go. Okay, what's overwhelming? Overwhelming, the creature suffer. Okay, the Grand Strategist chooses one of the combat tactics area for 1 round. All attacks by allies in that area inflict the overwhelmed effect on any enemy that fails willpower is overwhelmed. The creature suffers master ballistic skill. Okay, actually this is really good. Okay, we'll do that because that's really good. Okay, and then we'll do me. Um, and for me, I already did piercing shot. Could do cold the blood. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so that's our party right now. She's dogmatic, really. Oh, okay, no, I think that makes sense a lot. She's iconoclast, dogmatic for sure, and then legitimately nothing. You haven't been swayed either way. And then of course myself, I'm very heretical. So, okay, okay, okay. So this place is hard. This is a really hard zone. So we're kind of coming back to it. I think the first time we were here was a long time ago. And it was just really, really challenging. Yeah, no, just because this this is just a really like difficult um
The world trembles beneath my feet.
like this is an area where the veil of the warp is here. I remember having to fight my way out of this place one time. Like, oh my gosh, it was so hard. Because I just decided, I was like, there's no way I can get through this. There's no way.
The world will bow.
Like, the amount of chaos corruption that exists here in this space is really insane.
Embrace true power.
Okay, and then this is about as far as I got. I remember here, this was crazy too, because you had to like turn on, like this place is actually crazy. Like, this is a hard thing to get through.
I tread a path unexplored.
Wait a second. Because I might have to have them open this. I don't know. Because if this is like a dead end. Oh, wait.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Okay. We're gonna save here. Actually, no. From the rage of the beast, iron protect us. From the temptations of flesh, silica cleanse us. From the weakness of the mind, Omniscience save us. The air in the room is permeated by a wild mixture of miasmas of both mechanical and biological origin, blood, rust, vomit, machine oil, excrement, kerosene. All of these smells blend together into such a thick stench that it almost feels palpable. Magos Tiberius Machla. Just as the air here is one mad tangle of odors, the device in front of you is a mismatch of whirling wires, transplant fragments in all the cluster. One could almost miss the main component, a heavily augmented man whose upper body is embedded into the frame of the machine, dozens of wires piercing his flesh. Good, excellent. Give your soul over to chaos. Let it consume you. Become one with it. I'm kidding. Urit's keen eyes are the first to make out this human being amidst the jumble of wires. She stiffens in shock and disgust. Magos Tiberius Mala. A crust of congealed blood and other bodily fluids cover the man's entire body, but his eyes are open and his gaze is keen. This gaze is turned toward you, devoid of surprise or deference. Who are you, disturbing the peace of the holy martyrs in this home, in the home of our grief? What do you want? I am a servant of the Omnissiah, an acolyte of the machine, a prisoner of purgatory, and keeper of corruption, the man whispers via an implanted vox. Every word or motion causes his crippling body to shudder. Bloody foam glints from inside the wired pierced words. Oh, wounds. Ship. There is no ship. There is only purgatory, a world of evil made to harrow and torture those who follow the Omnissiah. It has already killed many of my brethren, but those who remain are strong, so very strong. We will keep the corruption of the machine at bay. I will hold it back. I have accepted a higher calling, the only one among my brethren to do so, as they keep the evil at bay with prayers and sacred symbols engraved on their treacherous flesh. I take this evil inside myself. I imbibe it, as one does water, but it can do me no harm, for I am the eye of sanctity. I am the sacred filter, the link that protects other parts of the machine from this cosmic taint. And for as long as I remain here, the corruption will not prevail. Pascal, this statement is false. I'm registering corruption in this unit identical to that surrounding us. I'm registering a violation of the cleansing protocol, which dictates steering the ship into the heart of the nearest star for the purposes of cleansing annihilation. I'm registering betrayal of the sacred machine spirits placed in charge of those weak in faith. The man looks at his comrade and replies with a strong, long series of click technolingua. Permission to use the sacred language has been revoked. Impurity will not be permitted to enter the pure speech of binaric. Your mortal shell will soon exhaust its vital energies. Pray mutely while you still have time. Oh no! It's a forge fiend. Okay, this is actually dangerous. This is dangerous.
Your struggles are in vain.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, and the forge fiend got right in the center of our group too. Okay, there's 2 servitors though here too. And then there's 3, oh, there's a Volk skull and another Vox skull. Okay. So we're dealing with 2 Vox skulls, 2 servitors, and then 1 forge fiend, which is like, I don't even know how we're gonna deal with this. But I mean, the good thing is 5 of us and it's 1 forge fiend, right? So, I don't even think I could really get my characters in position all that much. Oh, this cover is explosive though. So I should keep that in mind. Okay. Because imagine if that cover just gets shot, like that wouldn't be very good. I should put myself there. Argenta. Oh, Argenta has to go like. Oh, sorry. I'll just put Argenta as far back as I can. Okay, so you're in position. Argenta's in position. Cassia is not in position though. Cassia needs to be further back. I'm gonna see if I could put Argenta here and then Cassia. Okay, no. Cassia's as far back as Cassia can go. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just go put you here. And then Pascal and Albert are exactly where they need to be. Yeah. Let's start battle. Okay, so Cassia gets to go first. So what I'm going to do with Cassia is, well, first let's designate a front line because that's probably really important right now. we'll designate that the front line, and then we'll put that on him and the Forge Fiend. Wait, does Cassia not have a weapon? Wait, where's Cassia's gun? Yes, okay. Whoa! Okay, that was crazy. Oh no 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 no! Oh no! I didn't look at Argenta. Okay, but Argenta came out of that okay anyway, so it's fine.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oh my gosh. Okay. We gotta bring it down on that Forge Fiend. Or actually, you know what? Let's just go on these ads first.
This tedium is beneath me. If I must. If it serves your cause.
Oh my gosh. I think it has a thing where like if you attack it, it gets to kind of like fight back, which is wild.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Like it's like that. That is actually crazy. Okay. Analyze enemies.
Purpose guides me.
Uh.
Ruin beckons. I will triumph.
Yeah, otherwise I have a Melta. A Melta would be really good against a Forge Fiend, but I'm not, I don't think I could really withstand fighting against a Forge Fiend right now.
I
Like,
need no guide. I will
Um,
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the... Try to die with grace, at least.
oh, the Forge Fiend resisted that attack? Okay, kind of maybe for the best. Um...
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the...
Just because I think Cassia is gonna need help right now, like. Oh, it's the servitors that are doing something here. I understand. Okay. We can do some good stuff against these servitors then. Let's look at these servitors. Let's see what their abilities are. Okay, so they have passive abilities: embrace the machine, the creature gains immunity and fatigued. Flash. Okay. That I did nothing. I messed up. Uh.
Guided by faith.
Okay, so with Argenta, what we actually need to do is we need to fight against. We should actually try and kill one of the servitors here. Solo them if we can.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And we might be able to here. Okay, well, we should be able to get at least one. Okay, good. And then...
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Did I hit? I don't think I hit. Okay, whatever.
I'll do it.
High momentum.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure we already did that.
If it serves your cause.
Should do analyze enemies.
If I
I
must.
should go really hard on this one.
This tedium is beneath me. No weakness is hidden.
65? Oh, that's really good. 61? Not 65, but 61? That's really good. Okay. I mean, I honestly, like, I could probably finish this off right now. I'm sure I can.
I will triumph. Purpose guides me. Death shall reign.
Okay. So that forward screen wasn't so crazy. Alright, cool. And we'll just do Allbird here.
Someone else can do this. At your back and forth.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, the Cerebral Skull isn't even a threat anymore.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I took care of this one.
Okay. Mango. That was the whole strategy. Is just to use that to kind of like move people back and forth, and then just have opportunities of attacks. That was like my whole game plan. Okay, Magos Tiberius Mala, the man Maleficted's body is racked by a wave after wave of convulsions. Evil, that was evil incarnate. Evil, the corruption that watches us day and night. Suddenly the man, Magos Tiberius Mala, suddenly the man raises his head and looks you straight in the eye. You have banished the evil. You tried to warn me, but I was deaf. The ship, Kaviagama, it followed us from there. Kaviagama, is that where the ship is from? Rest in peace, you will be avenged. Yes, the man whispers, the ship, the planet, the traitors among our brethren tormenting the sacred mechanisms, letting corruption to their systems. They turned that which is holy into the unholy, and they set these new twisted machines on us, their tech comrades. We managed to flee, but one of the monsters found its way onto the ship. A tear appears at the corner of his eye. He thrashes frantically in the mess of wires piercing his body. We fought. We cut off one module after another, as one cuts away rotting flesh, but it followed. The invisible influence, the corruption it exuded, it claimed us. One by one, the crew were merely humans of flesh and blood. They were so weak, they succumbed so easily. We could not save them from the evil, so we gave the ship to the darkness among the stars. But the darkness came for us too. In the last module, where we intended to make our last stand. Then I sacrificed myself. I became a filter, a stopper against the corruption emanating from the machine. I succumbed. The corruption came for our souls. The corruption of Kavya Gama, traitors, with the last of his efforts he rasps. The fabricator's censor, it all started with him. He was the one who let this taint into the sacred code. He was the one who doomed our brethren. He was the one who spawned the steel monstrosities in the furnace of our planet. Dang. Alright, good goods, I hope. Dimensional Traveler Cloak. Heretical. Vatri. Requires heretical Vari. The wearer of this cloak gains a psychic power which allows them to sacrifice 3 to 9 wounds to immediately teleport. Ooh, okay. Collect all.
Powers unseen uncover my path. Triumphant as always.
Is the empty shell of a demon engine. It was this creation, a horrifying mix of real space technologies and the deranged powers of the warp that disturbed the ship's systems and twisted the tech priest's minds. Alright, back to the void ship. Okay, I need to be warp 3. Or heretic 3. Okay. Let's see. Gosh, my neck just hurts so much. I feel like I have so much neck pain. Oh, hey, happy Sunday morning. How are you doing? Um, I hope you're doing okay. I don't know how like old that message is. Hopefully it's like fairly recent because sometimes my thing just has a hard time kind of like getting messages. I don't know why. It's been weird lately. Like I remember one time somebody came in and they like messaged like 5 times and I was like I was not able to see their message. It was odd. So, let's see. Okay. I don't even know if I want to level up right now, to be honest with you. Okay, it was only a minute. Okay, cool. I'm glad, because yeah, it was, sometimes it's like a little bit finicky. I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do right now, because right now, um, and I'm glad you're to hear that you're doing well. Um, but, yeah, I need to do, because I guess I could go back to footfall, but I don't really want to. This is an uncharted system. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what I need to do or what I can do. I guess first we just need to go here and then hopefully nothing bad happens. A scheduled service in the ship's chapel was interrupted by the most profane manner. The images of saints and martyrs depicted on the altar space started to move and stepped down from the canvas. The congregation was filled with terror and dozens perished in the stampede. The illusion disappeared on its own, but it claimed several priests and altar attendants. It said their frenzied shrieks can still be heard echoing under the vaults of the chapel during prayer. Oh, good, good, yes, yes. Chaos, come to me. Okay, I mean, we could kind of go here, but also I'm not really like I don't really care too much about going there. Um, what we need to do is we need to get into void combat because I need to like level up. So, because I would like to go to Kranach, but I can't because the void combat's too hard for me right now. So I need to level up my ship. I wonder if there's any way we can get repairs while we're here. Or maybe while we're here, we might as well just do the quests that are here too. Alright, fine. We'll just do the quests that are here. But yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Pope Mindless. You know, and you're able to have a good Sunday morning. I haven't been live too much. Yeah, I just started getting back into Warhammer, Rogue Trader, so. I've been playing it a little bit here and then. I think the only problem for Rogue Trader is that like it's not the best game to be like streaming, just because there is no like if you're playing, for example, like Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3 is a really easy game to stream, or I think it's a lot more entertaining than this. But so this is an errand. Companion quests. According to Reverend Harmonious, suspicious individuals are conducting rituals in the Shadow Corner in a place marked with blue and gold sun. If they are heretics, wait, did I already do this? I don't know if I already did this or not. Because we've entered this dark hideout before, I'm sure. Yeah, no, we've done what needs to be done in here. Okay, so maybe the only thing that we need to do actually is probably like
The world will bow.
so let's exit out of this space. Wait, is this not? Oh wait, okay. There we go. The rest of Footfall. Well, I can help. If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask. And I can help the best I can. I would say I'm decently knowledgeable about Warhammer 40k. There's a lot of things I don't know. There's some things I do know. It depends on what you want to ask, I suppose. If you want to ask about chaos, I could cover you quite well. But if you want to ask about things that aren't chaos, then it's a little bit more hit and miss. But because Warhammer lore, the thing with Warhammer 40k lore is that it's so it's so extensive. Like it really is so extensive. There's so much lore, and it's, I think, quite difficult for somebody to know like all of the lore of Warhammer 40k. Like it really is, because there's just so much going on. There's so much happening. And it becomes really challenging, I think, to be like, oh yes, like I know everything that is happening in this game. And or not in the game, but like in the setting. So, you know, but like I said, like please, if you have any questions about like lore or about like the setting, like just ask about the world. Like I can try and help you where I can. Because it's a really good setting. I really like Warhammer 40k. And like my first bringing into Warhammer 40k was like watching people paint the miniatures of Warhammer 40k, I think. Or actually no, I guess it was really Dawn of War. I guess Dawn of War was really like the first time I really kind of like understood Warhammer 40k a little bit, but that was very different, so. This is the first time I wore from close here. It was cool. Okay, we'll go back to the Shadow Quarters. There's nothing for us here. We'll go there. Yeah, so in Warhammer 40k there's different factions. And chaos is like, so chaos is multiple things, because at once it is a faction, but at the same time it is also like an entity, right, to like be understood. And so chaos is a lot of times sort of thought of as being different powers, right, that exist in a state of like, so in Warhammer 40k there's this thing called the warp, right, and the warp is really hard to kind of like conceptualize because in some ways the warp is immaterial, right, and the warp is effectively like this psychic amalgamation of people's thoughts, ideas, ambitions, like all of the emotions and the energies that people have that are kind of like, you know, just inside of their minds, inside their heads, sort of like channel over time into what has been the warp, right? So within chaos, chaos is just this thing that exists in the warp. That is, it's really hard to explain at a very like fundamental level, but effectively just think of like the amalgamations of like emotions that people have that go into being like, okay, this is what chaos is. And that's kind of, yeah, that's just kind of like what it is. And so that's in essence like what chaos is. And then within chaos there's like 4 different races of chaos, right? Well, there's 4 chaos gods, right? So there's Khorne, well, there's Slaanesh, so Tzeentch, Slaanesh, Khorne, and Nurgle are the 4 different chaos gods. And so within chaos you have understanding like what chaos is as like just a base concept, and then there's understanding like what chaos is in terms of the way that chaos breaks itself down into the 4 different chaos gods. And then there's also chaos undivided, which is effectively like the worship of all 4 of the chaos gods, and each one of these 4 chaos gods represent different things, right? So like Nurgle, well, let's start with Tzeentch, right? So Tzeentch is like the changer of ways, right? And Tzeentch is kind of like about plotting and scheming and manipulation, but Tzeentch is also about the pursuit of intelligence, the pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of these things that are effectively like is somewhat of a noble pursuit, right? And so that's one of the things about chaos, is that in some ways like chaos is a really dark perversion of a lot of kind of like pure things that get taken and twisted into something kind of horrific, right? So again, like Tzeentch is the manipulator, the changer, the schemer, and yet is also at the same time something that is very much concerned with the pursuit of knowledge and the understanding of knowledge. And then you have things like Nurgle, right, which is sort of about like disease, pestilence, rot, and decay. And yet at the same time, Nurgle is about resistance and resilience to these things, and sort of like being able to survive and withstand, you know, a rot or a decay, and being able to continue on despite a sort of like rotten, you know, decaying type of thing. Slaanesh is about excess, greed, and just like debauchery. But at the same time, Slaanesh is sort of like this pursuit of what it means to like perfect a craft, to do something at like a really high level, to do something really well, and want to seek perfection in that thing. But it's like this excess of perfection that strays into vanity and arrogance that leads into the folly of Slaanesh. And then Khorne, for example, is like about bloodlust, murder, killing, and yet at the same time, like brute force and martial prowess. And yet at the same time too, Khorne is also about like honor and like strength and what it means to sort of like overcome in situations where somebody might be perceived as like an underdog or might not have a lot of power, but then trying to overcome that, you know, in some way. So, and then within that, chaos is of course like chaos space marines, chaos demons, and so like it becomes a faction. So, um, Yeah, no, let me know. Like I can give you whatever lore deep dive like you want me to give you. Like I can talk about chaos like for a long time because again, chaos is what I know, chaos is what I like. And the thing within Warhammer 40K too that should be understood as well is that Warhammer 40K I think is like so big, it's so vast that again, it's difficult for somebody to know a lot of lore within Warhammer 40K. And so I think it's good to be like, let me pick out one thing within Warhammer 40K that I really like and I really enjoy, and then let me study that, let me understand that, let me kind of like get the lore behind all of that because it's what you enjoy. And so that's kind of like what I've done a little bit. But I also know lore of like other parts as well of the Warhammer 40K universe that I can help you with. Because again, I love Warhammer 40K. I was reading a Warhammer 40K book as well the other day. Let me think. So I'm not familiar with the old Star Trek movies, but that could possibly be true. And I think that one thing that's really important to understand too is that within Warhammer 40K right now, within the current setting, there is this thing called the Cicatrix Maledictum, and it is actually like the Great Rift in space. Because so the warp is a type of space that is outside of the real physical space. And so the warp is this thing that you can go into, that you can travel into, and it is this kind of like unreality type of space, but it is like this utter hellscape, right? Like it is not a good place that you do not want to be in the warp because you are succumbed to like all these demons that will try and come after you and kill you and will feast and thirst for your soul, and everybody has a soul, right? And so you don't want to be in the warp, right? You want to avoid the warp, but yet we need the warp in order to travel and like navigate throughout the stars. And that's why we have things like astropaths who are able to sort of like see, like astropaths navigators within Warhammer 40K in the setting, who are able to kind of like navigate ships throughout the warp. And so that's why like in this game actually, like you'll see like we'll warp travel, and some routes happen to be safer, some routes happen to be unsafe. And so that's because we haven't charted those routes, and those routes typically tend to be like areas where for us we would be more susceptible to the warp compared to other routes that are more safe, that are a lot safer from the dangers and the perils of the warp. So yeah, it is over the course of his life that reprobate had burdened his soul with many vile and egregious acts. His confessions were akin to the Grand Catechism, listing humankind's imminent vices and enormities. It was also more painful for him to realize that of all the... Oh, so this is Hieronymus Dolor. So he had this kind of like earlier in this game search out like these heretics. So a heretic, by the way, is anybody who is like a follower of chaos, because in the Imperium they worship the God Emperor of mankind. And so this person who we're speaking to right now is a priest of the ecclesiarchy, and the ecclesiarchy is effectively the administrative body within the Imperium of Man that oversees the religious worship and doctrine of the imperial cult. And the imperial cult is the is effectively the worship of the Emperor of mankind, which is a little bit ironic because the foundational text of the imperial cult was written by Logar, who was the Primarch of, I think, who was the Primarch of the Word Bearers. I don't know what number legion they were, but the Word Bearers were one of the most devotee, the most religious of Space Marine legions during the time of the Horus Heresy. Catechism, yeah, I was thinking that, but I was like, I don't know how that would like apply in this text. But anyway, so thank you. Catechism. And so, anyway, but then Lorgar ended up turning to chaos. But before Lorgar turned into chaos, he wrote all these like religious texts, sort of like that kind of, thought about in a very theological way, sort of the Emperor of mankind. And then those texts later ended up becoming the foundational text for, the Imperium of Man and the worship of the Emperor of mankind, who is interned on the on the golden throne. Sometimes they'll say like he who sits on the throne as like a reference for the Emperor of mankind. It was all the more painful for him to realize that of all the heinous acts he committed, not one had been forgotten by the Emperor. Deans Belardo was afraid of death and that which would await him after. He hoped to atone for his misdeeds, yearned to convince, if not the Emperor, then himself at least, that he had been more than a conscious speck of Maglement mound. his entire life. Everyone deserves a chance of redemption. I hope his soul now burns as bright as his victims did. To accept charity from a pirate and a murderer is unbecoming of a servant of the emperor. A sentimental old man trying to buy absolution for his tumultuous youth. How pathetic I see. I'm sure it does. Repentance, but primes us for the salvific torment of the soul. It does not supplant it. So when people die in Warhammer 40k, their souls go to the warp. And your soul can either be tortured by demons, or it can sort of like fade out into nothingness. And so I'm kind of hoping that his soul is being tormented by demons for all eternity. But I don't. But human souls aren't as. It's funny because Warhammer 40k also has like there's like different power levels for souls. So like some souls are more powerful than other souls. What is it? A martyr's work from a lost colony. So I could either do dogmatic here. No reverend. So okay, so in this game as well, there's like 3 different choices. So you can either go along a dogmatic path, which is very much kind of like praise be to the emperor, he who sits on the golden throne, like worship within the imperial cult type of ways of thinking, which is sort of like the way that most people within the imperium sort of think. It's very dogmatic, very religious society. Or I can go heretical, which again is very chaos worshipping, which is sort of like what I am. That's why like on my title I'm like dark gods possess me, because I am a being of the warp. I am trying to work my way to become a demon princess of Khorne, but just also like a demon princess like as a whole is sort of like my goal in this game. I don't even know if that's possible, but I'm going to do what I can to please the dark gods to gain their favor. And then do what I can. So what I want to do here, so dogmatic, I just want to read it out because I think it's interesting, or I think it's fun to kind of like read. So no reverend, it is a blasphemous text, the product of the mind of a heretic and apostate who betrayed humankind. One should know the face of one's enemies. And then heretical is a fascinating interpretation of his words. It is certain to be an interesting read. You might even learn from it. Ooh, yes. Harmonious nods absentmindedly. Rest assured, the text will be studied in detail. Good, good. Okay, so now we've given this priest a corrupted text, so that way they can learn from it and they can be like, okay, what is this text saying? And then we'll take my leave. The emperor protects. Blah 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 blah. The emperor protects is like a common phrase as well, in this setting. Which I really love this game too, because if you are really big into Warhammer 40k, there's so many like little things in this game that are like, oh yes, like just little intricacies and stuff. I feel like we completed this, right? Did I not complete this? According to Reverend resistant individuals are conducting rituals in Shadow Court in a place marked with blue, and some of their heretics must be eradicated. The presence of Sister Agenda is highly advisable. Okay, I'm sure we did that, so I'm okay with that. Wait, show completed quests. So I did a strait, but I guess the strait isn't like fully 100% completed, which is a little bit curious. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. We're gonna head up here, and we can try to head back to the Shadow Quarter. Maybe. But yeah, and I'm sorry if I'm like rambling too much about Warhammer 40k as well. Like, there's just so much to consume. Oh yes, I will collect these. Okay, we'll just go here because I know there's something to do here. So this game's like a really nice treat. If you're into like Warhammer 40k, I can continue if there, like I said, if there's like, let me know too. If there's anything I can help, in terms of being like, you know, and if I don't know the answer, then you know we can look it up, and so we can find the answer, understand the answer. Here's an Imperial citizen. Do we have any more of that ace mech? Yes, from that planet. I'm a sec. Okay, that's to my ship's bridge, which I don't want to go. Oh, these are... Oh, okay. This is actually kind of important because this is a planet we need to go to. So this is Kevia Gamma, and this is one planet that we need to go to because we need to restore order on the planet because bad things have been happening there. And so we gotta restore order. So the refugees from Kevia Gamma are looking at you, some with apprehensive frowns, some with unconcealed gratitude. I need information. What happened in Kevia Gamma? How did you end up here? What became of the ship that you used to get here? Is it property? It is the property of the Von Volantis dynasty. You were hurling accusations at your masters. That is a sign of treason, and it must be punished accordingly. Do you realize this? Dogmatic attack. For insulting the rulers whose reign has been blessed by the Golden Throne, I sentence you to death. So let's just kind of like understand what's going on here. Kevia Gamma refugee. We told you everything back in the square. Things are rough on Kevia Gamma. Maybe there isn't even a Kevia Gamma anymore. The planet was attacked by a horde of heretics. They shouted unholy prayers and cut down people left and right. We heard everything from orbit, listening to one Voxcast after another. Voxcast is like a radio, by the way. We realized there wasn't... what's nice about this game too is that there's so many like little things to be like, in case you don't know, because this game is so... It hits you over the head with like lore and just everything. There's so many like little things. So if you're familiar with Warhammer 40k, then you'll be up to speed. If you're not familiar with Warhammer 40k, there's a lot of things in here to be like, whoa, what's going on? Like a conjugator is like, it's a little bit... Okay, we realized there wasn't anyone left to save, so we thought we'd run, but then it was like our crew went mad somehow. The captain smashed his own head against the conjugator, so did half the other officers. Everyone who survived did their best to steer their ship into the warp, and here we are. Only 3 ships made it out alive. Oh, this again, a Kevia Gamma refugee. Only 3 ships made it out alive, our being one of them. We don't know what happened to the other 2. They never made it to Footfall. Maybe they disappeared in the warp, or maybe something else happened to them. Apologies, we couldn't save it. The ship was damaged during the escape. We're lucky it got us all the way to Footfall. It's far from the docks, but there isn't much use for it anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to fly anywhere. From the local recalliators have already removed some of the valuable parts. We can send your people. You can send your people to take apart whatever is left, salvage some components. Okay. The map of the expanse was revealed to me before the Sea of Souls roiled and tangled the paths. How did you, desperate ones, reach Footfall all the way from Connacht without using a navigator? That's a good question. Frightened by Cassia's appearance, the refugee covers his face with his hands trembling violently. Please forgive my worthless words. We were fleeing our way back in the dark. You could say all we had is some old maps. We prayed to the God Emperor day and night while our helmsman plotted the course. A miracle it must have been, your ladyship. One by one, the refugees fall to their knees. Please have mercy. A few idiots shouted some things, that's all. We shut them up ourselves already. It was their grief and fear talking. Please don't punish the rest of us for it. Ooh, Pascal's voice sounds impassive and cold. Vitropulus directed at the Adeptus Mechanicus was likewise registered. Denial is meaningless. Dogmatic, I'm giving you 1 hour to hand the ones shouted profanities over to the enforcers of my ship. They will be executed. The rest of you are free to go. All of those who shouted profanities are to be handed over to my enforcers on my ship. They will be executed. The rest of you may join my ship's crew. Get out of my sight, all of you. You are pardoned. You may board my ship and continue to serve the Von Volantis dynasty. Because these people are effectively serfs. That's the one thing to understand too. Is that, so I'm a rogue trader, and as a rogue trader, okay, getting into Rogue Trader and like what a Rogue Trader is, that is like a whole nother level of like lore that I will get to right now as well. But effectively understand that like my power as a Rogue Trader is such that the people who I'm talking to right now, these refugees, are effectively my serfs, and I can kind of do with them as I want. Um, I'm quite powerful. So I'm gonna press these people back into my service. Their eyes being praised to the emperor, we're saved and pardoned. We'll do as we're told and won't say another word. Bowing hastily, the refugees back away from you. All right, there we go. And now they're gonna head back into my ship to continue service, to my dynasty and my family. I don't deserve power, because I've worked my way into power. I deserve power because I've been born into power. And the forces and structures that rule the Imperium dictate that people such as myself are made to rule, and people such as those people who we force back onto my ship are made to serve, not through merit, but through birthright. Such is the ways of the Imperium. Okay.
I see the forbidden.
A cloak. Grenadier's cloak. The wearer and their allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. Oh, okay. Neat. Okay. Leaflet. Now is their time, not theirs. Go to their homes, drag them out of their beds, carve their open bodies like carcasses in the slaughterhouse. The Imperial Navy, Kashbila, Cordia, Von Volantis. Their names mean nothing now. Tomorrow we will erase them from memory. Go and seize power as much as you can. No. I cannot have people over here usurping me.
Your pardon? Intriguing. Time to leave my mark. I'm restless.
Let me speak to one of these bureaucrats. Okay, they can't do anything for me, unfortunately. We're here to speak to somebody. I just don't know who we need to speak to. Okay, you know what? Okay, because I just want to get us into the void. Internal report, a writing from... I'm writing to inform you that 2 days ago, the discharge was interpreted by a raid launched by the Anvergers gang. In the attack, 3 loader servitors were put out of commission. Furthermore, 1 cargo container serial number FVDA116165 was stolen along with its contents. Okay. Alright, we'll head back. So, a rogue trader, in essence, is somebody who is part of the Imperium, but has what is known as like an Imperial Charter. And the Imperial Charter is effectively this kind of like grant, it's a charter that effectively bestows upon the holder of the charter a certain set of rights. And those rights include colonization rights, exploratory rights, A rogue trader is effectively somebody who can, uh, within certain bounds, can kind of do as they please, right? So typically, there's this idea that like you shouldn't be working with Xenos, but as a rogue trader, I'm a rogue trader, so there's a lot more leniency in terms of my workings with Xenos. And so Xenos are effectively aliens, and the Imperium of Man is highly xenophobic. They really don't like aliens. They are like purge the alien, purge the heretic, right? Like these types of things. They do not like heretics. They do not like Xenos. And so it's a very intolerant society. But because it's an intolerant society, they don't work typically with Xenos. But because I'm a rogue trader, I have the ability to work and communicate and do things with Xenos that the average Imperial wouldn't be able to do, because I just happen to have like a different calling, right? Like, I meant to do something else. And so I can use Xenos, to my own advantage, right? And so I can have a retinue of people that, can help me and assist me on like all sorts of stuff. And so like, that is helpful. And that's kind of like the story of a rogue trader, is effectively to kind of like just go out and explore. And so it makes playing a rogue trader a really good RPG setting, because in essence, like, you can really do what you want. Like, if you want to work with aliens, you can work with aliens. If you want to work with, I don't know, like, you can work with whatever, right? So like you gain a retinue, and you can bring people to your cause and stuff. And yeah, so I'm just gonna come in here real quick, because I'm gonna ask the liege of this place if they can repair my ship.
My aspirations transcend humanity.
Yeah, okay, so, and then this was a liege. This was somebody who was, like, telling us that, like, he needed food, and he's like, our people need food. And I was like, okay, your people need food, but we sent them, like, tainted provisions that are, like, kind of, like, warp tainted, so that we can spread chaos. I'm glad you found such a generous and reliable patron. Naturally, your protectorate can count on Footfall offering the special consideration I promised before. I did what I could not. I did what you could not. I found and neutralized the Avengers adjugator-in-chief, a man who introduced himself as a servant at House Corda, asked to have words with me, and then, imagine the odds, someone blew his brains out. Okay, so... We could have accused this person, and we didn't accuse this person. Let me see if there's a way. Load. Can I? No. Okay. I should have saved. I should have saved. I did not. Oh well. Always save. Always save. Always save. Don't do what I just did, and like, you know, just, I don't know. I didn't save, and I should have saved. And yeah, I don't know. And then let's see, like, what else can be learned about Warhammer 40k. I don't know. I mean, like, as I play, like, I'll talk about random stuff occasionally, and just like mention some things. We'll go to my. Wait a second. Oh wait, no, I know what this is. Never mind. I won't go over it because.
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
Don't have them on. Oh, here, I gotta level them up. Oh, so our party is myself. I'm Aspen. I'm a rogue trader, and then it's Cassia, who's a navigator. Argenta, who is a sister of battle. Yurlet, who is an Eldar, or Eldari, however you want to call it. But she's an Eldar. And then there's Pascal, who is a part of the Tech Mechanicum. Or yeah, he's kind of like a tech priest type of thing. And then Abelard, who is my seneschal, who effectively is in service to the Von Valantis dynasty. He's kind of like my assistant, really, is what he is. Okay, so I went there seeing if we can go ahead and like get repairs for our ship. We could not, which is, you know. So our ship is somewhat damaged, so if we get into void combat, we'll have to be ready for that. I do not want to deal with that right now. Like, that's just something I don't want to do. No sword travel here. This says void combat awaits in the system, but I don't. Yeah, that's really weird. Okay, I'm gonna go get some peanuts real quick because I'm kind of hungry. So I should get like a little can of peanuts and like keep it with me. Okay, this is unsafe, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, the warp jump pacify incident for everyone except the crew members on the bridge duty. Okay, I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, the warp jump passed without incident for everyone except for the crew members on on bridge duty. For the duration of the voyage, they heard laughter. It seemed to come from outside, through the airtight seal of the ship's massive windows. The laughter went on and on. Mm. Okay. Here we save. And then we'll go up here. We'll begin scanning this rock, this asteroid. Plate steel. We'll go to the cargo. Ooh, this is okay. Okay. So this is Hecutor pattern plasma battery, long range broadside plasma macro cannons which fire 3 shots, dealing 33 damage per shot. Okay, so that can get us. That's like in total. That's actually crazy. That's a lot of damage in total. Because if we do math. So we can either get Mars pattern macro batteries, a short range broadside macro cannons which fire 4 shots, dealing 14 damage per shot. Right. So like, what's that? 14. That's 28 plus 28. 28. That's 56. Right. That's like 56 damage in total. Not that much. And then Stygeris pattern macro battery, short range broadside macro cannons which deal 4 shots, 21 damage per shot. Okay, so that's 21. That's 2. That's 42. 42 plus 42 is 84. So that's 84, and then 33. So the one that we got here, this one that we found is actually like way better than what we have, which is really good because we're gonna probably need it right now. Okay. Yes. Okay, so that was quite good. I will save one more time. Okay, let's just go into here and see what's going on. Your ship's hovering over a void station. The vessel bears no identification marks, but the landing craft swarming the station below make the situation clear. Pirates have seized an Imperial outpost. The augurs detect the pirate ship is warming up its engines and quickly reloading its cannons as preparing for battle. Attempt to help the pirates. Attack first, retreat. Okay.
All stations, report when manned and ready.
Cobra class destroyers. Okay. So. Okay, so we have 1 Cobra class and we have 3 Viper class.
Send their souls to the void. Let the incandescent beam scorch our enemies.
Okay, okay, okay. One ship has been destroyed. Good, good, good. And then we can do this.
Eviscerate them.
She didn't do anything too crazy. We could do one of these. That's fine. Okay, I'll end my turn there. We launch torpedoes out. These guys have also launched torpedoes. Oh, they launched torpedoes too. Okay, lots of torpedoes incoming. Okay, 4 torpedoes inbound.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
I really don't want to take any hits by those torpedoes, though. That's the thing. Well, what kind of torpedoes are these? These are plasma torpedoes. So they're not anything like crazy, crazy. Okay, so here's what we can do. I'm thinking,
Send them into the cold void.
because the truth is that we are going to get hella hit right now, like pretty hard. I
Steer us
think
to our target. Eviscerate them.
Oh, we missed.
Emblazon our path.
Okay.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Okay, our macro cans did nothing. So we'll just end turn. And we have no real. So this is a little bit tricky. But once we get you there, you're barely out of range, but Then we'll restart shields as well. Okay. And then this turn we'll go after them. They launched another set of torpedoes, oh no. Okay, of course you launch more torpedoes. Thank you, game. That's so... Oh wait, we jumped?
Send them into the cold void.
Okay, we'll end turn there. We're gonna get hit by these plasma torpedoes right now, probably. Maybe? I mean, I hope not, but like... Okay, our shields held. Okay, our shields are damaged now. Oh no. We got broadsided. Damn it. Please don't be in range to shoot me. Okay, good. I was gonna say, like, there's no way.
Eviscerate them.
Okay, okay, okay. Alright, because what we need to do is we need to get in position to be ready for broadside attack.
Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
Okay, that did nothing. Um. Okay,
I
well,
have missed this feeling.
they hit our torpedoes. So, what's our battle trophy? Raisin pattern. Okay, no, the ones we have are better because it's 4 shots dealing 21 damage per, and this is 3 shots dealing 21 damage per. So we legitimately, yeah. So no, that's okay. Okay, let's save the game. I'm sure we probably could have replayed that so we got a little bit better off, but that's okay because yeah, we took some damage there. Okay, let's see. Wait, did the game save? I mean, I'm sure it just saved right now, but like, I just want to make sure.
The world trembles beneath my feet. Your existence is naught but ashes.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Hmm. Okay, that's how we'll set up, and then we can start the battle.
If I may. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
So this is the combat of this game. It's a little bit it's fun, but it is a thing. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, let's just establish a front line. Our front line's gonna be about here,
If you insist, Lord Captain.
and then our rear, we'll just make it where myself and Cassia are at. And then we'll do this to Albert, and then okay. Not as much damage as I wanted it to, but
Let's get to it. Out of my way.
Perish for this affront.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I might have to restart this and redo this fight. Because I just kind of like walked into this. I didn't really think too much about what was going to happen.
Doubt is
Okay, cautious approach for sure. And then...
faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Eradicate it.
Then we'll do this again.
As the Emperor commands, each strike is a prayer.
It's actually... That was actually quite good. I thought that... You know what? That actually went quite well. Then we'll get you to high momentum. Or... Wait, did we get to high momentum? No, we didn't get to high momentum. Okay. That's fine. I thought that went quite well, actually. All things considered. For some reason, I have a bad propency for putting Yuva in, like, horrible situations like this.
My reckoning will be swift.
Don't ask me why, but that just is the case. I just always end up placing her poorly. Not that I want to, it's just for some reason that just ends up being the way things are with me and doing this. So okay. So we'll do precise attack. We'll do cold blood.
Xenos pet monkey. If I must.
Let's just take care of some of these people.
This tedium is beneath me. I hear you moving, no more.
Okay. And then I'll do that. Allbeard should not be where they're at right now. Like, that is not... I mean, it's... Well, actually, no, that's fine.
Follow my lead. Indeed. One fewer target. I will do my duty.
And again, like I said, about if you have any questions, please let me know. Oh no, there was a flamer right there. Okay, I might have to restart this. Oh my god. There was a flamer right there. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, here, let me restart this, because this is gonna be a lot easier if we just restart and we don't put Urla in like a really bad situation. And that's what we did. We put her in a really bad situation, and we should have fixed that, or we should just not have had put her in the situation that we did. And that was my bad.
There is a fervor in my soul. Intriguing. I need no guidance. Your struggles are in vain. Shatter the spirit.
Okay, let me just load this real quick. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm doing this okay. Okay, so I think we're okay. We're just gonna run into this, and it's fine. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of. Okay, so we're gonna put our Eldar in a much better position because I don't know why. I just always, my placement with her is just always really bad. I don't know why. And then I'm gonna take Cassia. I'm gonna put Cassia here actually, because I think that's a good place for Cassia. And then I'm gonna put her here. I'm gonna put Argenta there. I'm gonna put myself. I'm gonna put myself here, and then I'm gonna take the other two. So I'm gonna place him potentially here because that's probably gonna be important. And then I'm gonna take Pascal, and I will place Pascal here. Or actually, no, I'll place Pascal there because I feel like that's too far away. So I'll take Pascal and I'll place Pascal there. And then we can go ahead and start the battle. And then what I want to do is I just probably want to take all these people, or get as many people as I can. No, okay. Oh, that's fine. Get them here. Get them to just take a little bit of damage. And we get one or two of them to move there. And then we'll just do this. And that should help out with a lot of them. It did kill like 3, I think, it seems. We'll put this on Pascal because Pascal is probably going to be in a situation where Pascal is probably going to need the help. And then we'll, for the sake of right now, we'll put our front line here. And then do we have enough to designate a back line? Or okay, let's designate a rear. And it's just going to be me and Argenta. Argenta and I, and then we'll just designate this as the, so this is the rear, this is the back line, and that's fine. Pascal came out okay, which is good. What I'll do is I'll move Argenta here. And then what I probably want to do, we'll do cautious approach. And then we'll do wildfire. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to shoot this. Okay, and then we'll hit there. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, doing something. Oh, you know what? That was bad actually of me too, because we moved Argenta out of the back line, out of the rear zone, which doesn't matter too much. It's just sort of like, you know, it just gives it a little bit of extra bonus. That's about it. So we just probably lost that little slight bonus, but that's fine, I think. Okay, so this guy with the flamer, so there's a lot of bosses here, actually, which is kind of crazy. These gunners are shooting at us. Okay, myself. Okay, this guy, the guy with the flamer needs to go down. So I'm worried about the guy with the flamer. I'm also worried about the slasher. I'm more worried probably about the flamer because I feel like Owlbear could probably deal with this. Whoever this guy is, with the sword here. So I'm more worried about the flamer. So we can say you serve me. We'll say Argenta will serve me. That's typically who I do, because Argenta is the sister of battle, and I feel like they're all about like service to the Imperium and the Holy Orders and such. And I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. Look, I'm a rogue trader. You serve me now. Okay, so let's analyze enemy. Get some exploits on him, and then what we'll do is we'll hunt down prey on this guy as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Coal. What is this? Cold Blood? Oh, Coal the Bold. And then I'll do a piercing shot. And then I will do a Deadeye shot here. That's a cutter. I really want this guy to come down. If we can. Then we'll do a hunt down prey on that guy. Okay, and then that will be our turn for that, and then we'll have to go through these. Oh my gosh, that's a little bit. That's a lot, but we should be okay. As long as nobody's throwing grenades, which it doesn't seem like anybody is. Oh, they knocked down Albert. That's not good. Okay, this is going to be hard for Pascal right here. This is going to be a challenge. Okay, that cover came in big support right now. Okay, yeah, okay, let's not do that. I just want to move here. So yeah, we'll just have these people attack me, and then we'll do this just in case anybody does any ranged attacks on us. Oh my gosh. Cassia's turn cannot come soon enough. Like, I'm just saying right now, like, because when Cassia goes, it's going to be really helpful for us. Okay, so let's just do this. Okay.
The designated position.
Okay, we got high momentum. Okay, so this is really good. High momentum is good because it gives us some bonuses that we can go ahead and choose from. And so what I want to do is, I'm still worried about the flamer. But I'm also worried about Pascal because I need to support Pascal. But Pascal is just surrounded by a bunch of gunners, which is kind of like, okay, it's just when that cutter gets into Pascal I'm a little bit worried about. But Pascal's in cover, so... But yeah, the flamer needs to go down, and then this melee person will be fine. Like that's okay. What we want to do here is I typically go for the one that gives us more attacks. Wild Hunt simultaneously to make several attacks. The number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. Okay, okay, let's just save that for a little bit then. Okay. For the time being, let's just go through all of our stuff again, our routines
I am not your
for
zealous pet,
for
my
doing
lady.
this. Let's
I
do
understand your intent.
piercing attack. And then let's go in for this.
Fortune favors the swift.
Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. And then you're already under the effects of Hunt Down Prey, so what do you?
If I must.
Okay. And then we will leave you there. Pascal. Pascal, we're in a little bit of a difficult spot, but this can help us out because we'll do that. I think that's going to be really helpful. And then let me see. Huh. This is gonna be really big for us, I think, right now. Okay, okay. Now we're round 2. Now we're with Cassia.
I am a navigator, not a servant. Not a bow painted black.
Let's see how we manage this.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Just get some more damage in.
Isn't this
And then the flamer's gone. The flamer's gone right here. Okay, the flamer's gone. Okay, we took care of the flamer. All right, good, 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 good. Okay. All right, because the flamer was really like we can do. Can we do bring it down? No, we can't do bring it down on you. We'll give this to Albert, of course, because we always give that to Albert because he always kind of needs it. So, and then. And then that would be the turn. So that wasn't a bad turn. That was actually a really good turn. We took care of the flamer. Oh my god, Argenta just took a lot of damage right now. Argenta isn't even in cover anymore.
God Emperor, move through me.
Oh my gosh, Argenta. Okay, okay, okay. Right now for Argenta. Oh, those are really low percentages.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, of course. Oh wait, wait, wait. No, never mind, never mind.
I'll do it.
Okay.
You, my Emperor. As the Emperor commands, I act. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
And we still have to deal with the cutters. Wait, did I just take damage right now? Whoa! This guy has so much range on that attack. That is crazy.
I won't waste my time on that.
Okay, the slasher needs to go down. I'm sorry. We'll do piercing. We'll do cold of blood.
Guidance.
We need. We'll do everything we can do here.
Purpose guides me. I will triumph. I will delight my mind.
79?
Demand.
79's good. 79's a good amount of damage actually right there. That's good, I think. Oh no! They're gonna come after Cassia! No, Cassia! Oh, Cassia dodged. That's good. Okay. Okay, parried. Parried. Okay, good, good, good. Double parry. Okay, this is really bad because now if I want to retreat Cassia, Cassia's gonna come under opportunity of attacks, which is not good. Okay, so what needs to happen is I need to do taunting scream. So that way, all these people, I need them to attack me. Well, I need them to attack Albert. And then I'll do defensive stance because we need to do that. I'll do endure. And then I will do this. See if I can take out these two. Okay, I can. Okay, and then that's our turn there. And then I'll move her so that way. So this is either gonna be okay or it's gonna be quite bad, but let's just try and do it. Just so that way we can be in positions where we can attack, because otherwise, because we have to worry about line of sights, because there's a possibility that if we shoot Wu, we might hit Albert, and I don't want to do that. So, and we'll start building these up as well. And then we'll do this. This probably isn't as helpful as what it could be. We can kill one of those that, no, it's okay. Just, okay, 42 is not bad either. Okay, and then Pascal. How far back can I withdraw? Argenta got some wounds.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I'll do it.
Doubt is for the wicked.
Let's get to it. Hold on.
Let's get to it.
One step closer. I need no guidance.
Show me what you've got.
Oh, oh, I just realized I moved out of back line. Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That's not so bad.
Back and forth.
That's fine.
Victory is imminent.
You know, maybe.
Indeed. It will be done.
If I must. This tedium is beneath me. I deal death with my hands.
Okay, cool. And we did a lot of damage to that guy back there too, so that's good.
If it serves your cause.
Okay, so now we're on Cassia's turn. Again. Choose this, because this is so good, like...
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh, no, none of them... Oh, none of them got notched. Okay.
Isn't this a job for the as duty demands?
Hold on. Just a minor setback.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act.
This just lets us attack twice.
Are you a traitor or a fool?
Oh, I shot Cassia a little bit. Okay.
Faith without deeds is worth.
I missed! Oh no! Okay, okay, okay. That's fine.
My ears are ringing.
Whoa! That would have been good if we would have hit. We're exposed to those gunners, so I probably should do something about it. I think repositioning here is better now.
Purpose guides me. I will triumph.
Let's start analyzing.
One step closer. Ruin beckons. Satisfying.
Whoa. Okay. That was good. That was a good attack. Like, we got an achievement too. Whoa. Who got shot there? Is there like a log? I don't know if there's a log. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna kind of like fall back right now with Albert, until more stuff happens.
I will do my duty.
Okay. No, I mean, I didn't think that Albert would hit, but
Just designate a target. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
and then yeah, we'll just get to work. Okay, perfect shot.
Beneath me. If I must.
Oh, that was good. I thought. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that seemed like it was a good hit. So. Okay, Pascal. We should just be able to finish them off, and then we'll start doing exploits on these people. And then we'll heal ourselves. And then Cassia.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may,
I'm gonna make this the rear.
Here we go.
Hey, look at our people. Okay.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll do this.
Strike is a prayer. I'll do it. Eradicate it. Doubt is for the weak. Rejoice.
And then we'll run and gun to get you here. And then, can we? This would be cool if we could. Okay, no, we can't. Okay, no. It just ends our turn.
I'm here, maggots.
You will pay an even greater price. Purpose guides me.
Okay, I put the backline there because I could still have had used cover, but the cover is gone now, with the exception of the cover that I'm at. So I'm gonna stay in this cover. I'm not gonna reposition. I'm just gonna go ahead and run through these real quick. Then I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna fire on this guy. Not the most damage we could have gotten, but
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
the question is, do we want Albert to come here? I think I just want you to shoot if you can. Okay. And then can you shout out to these people? No, you can't. Okay. We're just gonna do this. And then
It will be done.
we're gonna do this as well. And then we'll do endure. Really try to boost this up as much as we can right now, because right now allied effects are so these are all permanent. So we have Veil of Protection, Reveal the Light, which increases our toughness, defensive stance, Bulwark, and endure. So the point is just to kind of like make him like a nexus, a focus point for just like attacks kind of coming in. That's kind of like the real strategy here. So, and then
Swift.
I mean we'll still be in line of sight here.
I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause, fortune favors the swift. This tedium is beneath me.
As the tactical imperative dictates. My vow is to see vital functions successfully terminated.
Emperor, give me strength. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Faith without deeds is
Oh, I missed. Okay, well, no, never mind. Cool.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
why I was chosen.
Here we go.
Let's get to it.
Reading damage to book.
We've cut through a good amount of them, actually, I think. If we don't, let's go all the way here.
I need no guidance.
Albert did really well to pair all of those.
For von Valancius! At your beck and call. It will be done.
Okay, sorry if this isn't the most sense. I mean, hopefully people are enjoying, but
If it serves your cause.
neat.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Okay, that was not something I should have done. But you know what I could do is I could start getting Pascal in a position where like Pascal could start trying to fight. Maybe.
Request approved.
Had it better be next, not malice.
Oh, I accidentally shot Argento. I mean, I didn't do any damage to Argento. Argento kind of saved it.
I am a navigator, not a servant.
Can we get opportunity attacks here? Okay, we did.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay, but you did not go. Okay, that's fine.
High momentum.
Yeah, okay,
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
because, yeah, I realized we were gonna end up shooting Pascal on accident.
I am his will made manifest. As the Emperor commands. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Dedicated. As the Emperor eats, strike is a prayer.
Oof, so good. Okay. Are we in range of this? No, we're not in range. Okay, I will go here. I gotta reload. Okay, and then should be in range? Okay, yeah. Oh, it seems like
One step closer. Death shall reign.
I got both. Okay, cool. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was good. And then we'll just keep you behind here. This last one we can just snipe, I think.
I move swiftly to strike.
I'm afraid not. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the
Guided by faith. I'll do it.
Out of my way!
You shot Pascal.
Purpose gone.
High momentum.
That should end the combat. Okay, cool. There we go. That wasn't so bad. That was quite good.
True power.
I thought it was gonna be a lot harder. I mean, it was. I think there were elements of that were challenging, but Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. Okay, to inventory, to inventory. What is this? A nullifying shotgun? Okay, this can be helpful for sure. These are splinter pistols, which could also be helpful. Leather armor, scrap chainmail. This is this is a flamer, which definitely we will be looking at. Drukhari Clive. What is this? Okay. Definitely adding that to inventory as well. These are just chain swords. And we'll just take one of these as two. Okay. And then there we go. We collected all. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
Let's seize the opportunity.
I think this is kind of the extent of this little space station, void station thingy.
I tread a path unexplored.
A hardened chain axe. Oh, a chain axe! Whoa! Okay, a chain axe. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, I saw it. I was like, okay, it's just a chain axe. And then I was like, wait, it's a chain axe. It's a chain axe. It's a chain axe. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. This is... Okay. Alright. Alright, let's save this. And then let's take a look at trying to find some ways to distribute all of this stuff. And then so chain axe isn't just because it's the like favored weapon of Khorne, right? So like that's one of the reasons why I want it. Why I just think chain axes are cool in general too. So oh wait, can you not use chain axes? Wait. Oh, because the chain axe is only used by heretical followers. Oh, okay, it makes so much sense. Okay. It makes a lot of sense. Okay. And then this needs Drukhari weapon proficiency. And this needs flamer proficiency. But you know who does have flamer proficiency though? Argenta. Okay, and then what is this? This is an Eldari chainsword. Okay, okay. I think that's good. I might end the game here. I don't know. We'll see.
The world will bow.
And then we'll come here. This cold windy planet is covered by a raging sea of mustard gray grass so tall it reaches an average human's waists. The monotony of endless steppe is occasionally broken by chains of murky green lakes, but the augur crew spots a far more interesting anomaly, a scar running several dozen kilometers deep, splitting the world's equator in two. After 2 exploration watches, the crew intercepts a faint signal coming from one of the labor settlements in the deep chasm. Due to the unstable connection, the foreman mistakes her vessel for a winter-scale ship. One was due to arrive 9 cycles ago. The foreman grimly reports over the weak channel that the adamantine ore deposits on the world were nearly depleted and that the planet will be fully mined out in less than a decade. With some difficulty, he picks up enough words to understand that the ship in orbit belongs to another Rogue Trader house, then awkwardly apologizes and falls silent. At some point, the connection cuts off completely, and you leave the foreman and his prospectors to await their real master. Okay, let's chart new routes. This is unsafe. This is dangerous. Let's also make this unsafe. Unsafe is way better than dangerous, right? So, what's our ship's integrity right now? Are we... Alright, let's warp travel. Okay, safely. La Navis. So this is chaos right here. This is a projection from the warp. This is like an open thing that has spilled out. Okay, let's begin scan here. Well, we'll go to it eventually. We just gotta scan some things first. So there's an ancient bunker here. Oh, lots of stuff here. Okay, the sight before you has excited the officer corps, who are delighted to witness the truly majestic end of this planet through the huge windows on the bridge, one of the many nameless worlds throughout the expanse. An unknown reason caused the planet to break into several uneven parts, but its strong magnetic field is still preventing them from drifting into the cold abyss of space. The planet's hard inner core has remained almost untouched, as thousands of explosions taking place under its shell of hard metal light up the world's heart from the inside. The Augur crew detects several ruined extractarums on the broken planet's surface. Their analysis shows somebody used to mine adamantine here, but abandoned the deposit after the catastrophe. Most of the machines are damaged beyond repair, but the tech adepts claim one of the complexes can be restored if the Rogue Trader has the required parts and equipment. You decide not to spend the resources on fixing a mechanism on the surface of a ward that may literally break apart at any moment. Over the course of several rotations, your people fully dismantle the extractor room and evacuate the planet without incident. Good. Okay. We'll begin scanning. Okay, plate still, just 3. Scan. Look at this planet. It's a marble. Okay. Wow, there's nothing here? We should do something with this planet. That planet needs to be... Something needs to be done. Okay, I am too curious about what this thing is here. But we'll go here in a little bit. Alright, let's go to this ancient bunker. You visited half of the optional locations.
An old Imperial bunker. There are some on Dargonas too. A good place to hide when the whole world is going to the void.
Before you is an ancient but wholly typical console intended for use by people not trained in the mysteries of ministering to machine spirits. The cogitator is completely silent, but as you approach, you sense the warmth emanating from its metallic casing, a telltale sign that the machine is working. Pascal offers the cogitator a reverent bow, chanting in binaric area of launch priming. The spirit of this machine embodies resilience and immobility. In this din of decay and entropy, still does it reign over this place. The massive door is dotted with small chips, scratches, and bullet marks. There is no sign of any hinges, levers, or anything resembling a lock. There is a dusty panel built into the wall on the right. As you approach, the cracked skin starts to flicker faintly. Oh, success. Okay, we got it. Okay, a little patience and you hear the tired clicking of mechanisms from beyond the wall. The door opens slowly and with a groan. The mummified corpse has its arms outstretched toward the exit. On the shoulder's neck is a broken respirator adorned with the Imperial Aquila.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
The words in the sign say Fality X7, so 17. Pre de di ekfok is, I don't know. Yellowish gas is slowly seeping through the rusted air duct system.
My success is irrefutable certainty. O Messiah, grant me the wisdom to perceive.
Embrace true power.
The container panel has a dozen of breakers, buttons, handles, switches, and other control mechanisms.
Powers unseen uncover my path. How fascinating.
Acquisition is possible.
I tread a path unexplored.
Okay, Decayed Scroll. 348 years ago, our ancestors arrived on this blooming world, built the cities and the manufactorums, and founded here a society free from heresy and fear. But when the immortal Emperor of humanity, Warden of Light, saw fit to test our faith, a great war tore open a rift between our ancestors, dividing them into two factions and turning the world into a boundless battlefield. Each day we fought the enemy so that our children could see the dawn of a new era, an era without blood, pain, and tears. Brave people, living and dead, paved with their bodies the road to our future, and one day the skies answered our prayers. The great star allies descended from the darkness of the cosmos and bestowed upon our great army the doomsday weapon. And so we brought our righteous anger upon our foes and ended the centuries-long war and welcomed the dawn of the new era. The universe will hardly notice our deed, but the God Emperor sees all. We, children of a great nation, must dedicate ourselves to this sacred mission to strive and revivify this world as the most beautiful flowers are revivified from ashes. Okay.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
What advice do you seek? Whatever you wish.
Do you require?
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
My knowledge has its limits.
Several caches of dry rations survive to this day. Each one bears the seal of a coat of arms of the Winterscale dynasty.
The world will bow.
The Emperor favors me today. From the ashes I will rise.
Officer key. Gain access to archives. Okay. God Emperor needs you. Enlist. Oh, shoot. Okay.
My soul shall become like fire.
Oh, wait. Uh, Hold on one second. I'm gonna take off my headset because my headset is like, it's kind of heavy right now. One second. Okay, so I'm actually probably gonna end the stream here. I'm probably gonna load. I'm gonna load here, just because I kind of like don't know what's going on, and I kind of like want to come back here, when I'm not feeling like as rushed, because I'm honestly feeling quite tired right now. So I'm just gonna load this, and then because yeah, I was not paying attention to like what was going on with that dialogue, and I don't want to make a choice in this game that can be very fluffy, without really like knowing anything. So, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. I'd like to stream more, but I'm feeling a little bit tired, so probably gonna stop here. And the rest I will try to do later. I'm just feeling quite tired right now, and it was discovered which should have been filled with wastewater instead contained a liquid that looked like blood. This incident was deemed not to be a serious concern, and everything went back to normal as soon as the ship returned to real space. Okay, and real quick, we're just gonna come here. We're gonna warp travel one more time. There was a commotion of the lower decks. The chief mutant hunter, who was responsible for eliminating heresy in the hold of the void ship, went mad due to the perilous influence of the warp. The officer climbed the parapet above the central accelerator complex and threatened to jump unless the entire crew immediately submitted to a rigorous examination to uncover physical deformalities and unholy perversions. After calculating the time and the financial cost of the inspection of thousands upon thousands of crew members and consulting the tech priests about the danger of foreign materials getting into the intakes of the accelerator complex, the ranged mutant hunter was graciously allowed to proceed with ending his life in, oh my goodness, in the desired manner. We were like, go ahead. That's legitimately like what we said. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna visit this real quick, and then yeah, and have a great day as well, Pope Mindless. Hopefully you are able to be okay, and have a good day as well. And hopefully I'll see you around on a stream soonish. I don't know when that will be, but hopefully soon. Again, I don't know when that will be, but hopefully soon. So take care, and yeah, be safe, and thank you for watching, and anybody else who watched as well. Thank you for watching. So yeah, take care. Bye.